set two cups on the table every night.
Welcome back to another episode of Road to Omaha, and we got a lot to cover today, so this should be an interesting episode. Once again, our music is brought to us by George Arbuckle. He provides us our intro and outro music, so we thank him for his kindness in providing music for us, and this video is sponsored by nobody. I'm sitting here, as I sit here looking like Dom
Tropical
Toretto.
7-Up
Perfect.
or something.
But
I am back from my weekly hiatus. I'm sorry for not being here last week. I needed my sleep.
you know what, and that's a valid excuse. You were
Because
just a little bit sleepy, just like LSU's bullpen this weekend. As that's why Jacob is running the paper bag, which that's going to be the first series that we're going to be covering. We're going to be covering all four Power Four conferences, plus a couple mid-majors, and then after that, we're going to be going over Team RPI and the current projected field of 64 as of last week. The new one comes out tomorrow. It should be interesting. It comes out either tomorrow or it comes out on Tuesday. I think Tuesday's when it comes out. The new rankings come out tomorrow, so we'll project our top 10, and then we'll make our own kind of predictions on the field of 64. Who's hosting, who's out, whatnot. Obviously, I have my notes for the SEC series. Jacob did our Big Ten coverage, or not Jacob. Ryan did our Big Ten coverage. Excuse me. Jacob did the ACC for us, and Cameron might join, so he might make a guest appearance. But anyways, yes, first series.
I can pull up just Big 12 stuff if needed.
Please do. First SEC series I want to cover: LSU at number 15, Mississippi State. Okay. As
we scored 24 runs and gave up 18 plus 31.
32.
32.
Yeah, well, it's 10 plus 9 plus 13.
Oh, we scored 10. Okay, never mind.
Well, yes, LSU did score 24 runs. As you know, I watched every SEC game as always. I'll tell you what. Game one, I think LSU was kind of just cooked from the jump. Casey Evans was scratched with arm discomfort, so he did not even start. Jay Johnson, the bullpen carousel began literally right away. He had freaking Zach Cowan closing.
Who's that?
Keep in mind, he's normally LSU's number 3 starter.
Guidry starting.
Guy.
Hasn't worked. Zach York with the bases loaded doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of
Wasn't Zach York supposed to be the best transfer?
He was supposed to be really good for LSU, yeah, and that's not really working out for LSU, as you can see, because after this weekend, they are now 6-15 in conference play.
So get that everyone off the team. I'm sick of looking at him.
But everyone asking, does mid-major and FCS talent translate all the time? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. In the case of Zach York, it has not.
Zach York cannot hit in the SEC.
And this is not baseball, but a football thing. In the case of Trinidad Chambliss, it did.
Yeah, but football and baseball are a little bit different. The talent gaps are a little bit different now.
But yeah, LSU's, what was it, number 1 ranked transfer class?
Something like that.
I guess.
They have not produced anywhere near the results they were expected to. Some of them are having their worst seasons in college.
Yeah, no, they are. It's rough. It's rough.
Part of it is probably just
the video. But anyways, Ryan, continue what you were saying.
Yes, so part of it, yes, is the talent gap. I mean, SEC talent is completely different from going from, like, let's just say Big Ten, which I unfortunately had to cover this week, or FCS. But at some point, at some point, you kind of have to say, is there a development issue?
Or it's just the talent didn't transfer, dude. I mean, FCS.
I think the coaching. I think bullpen coaching went off the rails.
Yeah, because
we needed to recruit pitchers, like I said so many times. We don't really have hope anymore.
I thought Sheehan would actually kind of do a decent job at closing the game out for y'all, and then he imploded, which surprised me. But oh my gosh, watching LSU play defense It's like
They
watching.
had like 3 errors yesterday. They were up 5 runs.
Oh, I was going to mention that too. LSU has our choker of the week. Stole defeat from the jaws of victory segment twice over because they did it in back-to-back games. Game 2, they were up 7-2. They lose that game 9-8 in extras. Today they were up 8-5. They lose 13-8. They gave up
Whoa.
8 unanswered runs. 8 unanswered runs.
They scored 8 runs every game, but lost every game.
Yes.
You cannot
So
lose a game
essentially-
scoring 8 runs. That's how bad the bullpen has been.
So you just have the Bengals defense from 2024.
Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
pretty fair. That's a fair
The
comparison,
Bungles.
honestly.
How about them Bungles?
And the Bayou Bengals getting their asses kicked. I'll tell you what, it's getting rough out there. Swamp Kitties. As LSU now loses 9 straight SEC games.
And
I
I did this. I checked this. They have to win their next 7 out of 10 conference games to have a shot and an auto shot in the tournament. Which,
okay, I'll
let's
give you my
face it,
take on this.
the trend on LSU right now, the fact that they lost 9 out of their next conference games and they even have a shot to win 7 out of 10, they just do not have the momentum. So I think LSU's season is basically going to be closed with missing out on the postseason.
Yeah, I don't think I haven't really watched any baseball
Well, now it's
lately.
7 out of the next 9 games. You got to keep in mind what's on their schedule. They just got swept by A&M. They still have to play Georgia, right? They're not winning 2 out of 3 versus Georgia. Matter of fact, Georgia's probably going to sweep them. Literally, Jesus would have to intervene so LSU could take at least 2 out of those games, which is just not happening. I mean, that's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, LSU's probably getting swept. I don't know the other series that they have left. I mean, they're in do or die mode. They got to win 7 out of their next nine games in conference play to even have a shot at getting selected on selection day. But I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I'd say their only shot is they get to 13 conference wins and then they make a deep run in the SEC tournament. Matter of fact, they probably have to win the SEC tournament, honestly, and that's not happening because they're not going to get a bye. They're going to have to start all the way from round 1, and then because it's single elimination, they lose 1 game, they're gone. It's not double elimination anymore. And so they're going to have to go through an absolute gauntlet in the SEC tournament. And their pitching is going to be fried by the time they get to the quarterfinals if they even make it that far. So, yeah, like Ryan said, it's pretty safe to assume LSU season is probably done.
Missouri and Arkansas.
Okay, so Arkansas, they win the series, but they did not sweep. And because of the fact they dropped the final game, their RPI completely tanked. And any shot that Arkansas may have had at maybe getting a top 16 national seed, it's cooked. They're not hosting. They're
I mean,
like a 2
I think
seed in a regional.
if they had lost like in a close game, it might have been different. But it's the fact that they lost 6-1.
Well, it's not even that. It's because Missouri's basically a Q4 loss. And Missouri's RPI is in the toilets, and now Arkansas's RPI is in like the 50s as of right now. They're not going to be, or it's in the 30s or the 40s. I'm gonna take a look real quick before what their RPI was before this series. We're gonna take a little look-see gander over here.
Also, I mainly kept in track with the Big Ten, but breaking news: South Carolina won a series.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Did Sacramento State pull it off?
Yeah, they won today.
They won today,
How
although
long was their winning streak?
Oh, I mean, UCLA's winning streak got broken about a week ago
Never mind.
because they lost the midweek.
yeah, and I'll cover it more later. But this basically UCLA. This has not been their week. I mean, game 1 they barely skimmed away with it. That's all I'm going to say for now. I'll go more in depth later. But UCLA almost lost that series. That's all I'm going to say for now.
Give me a second, Chad. I'm looking for Arkansas in the RPI rankings right now. Okay, as of right now, their RPI was 29, so they were, out of the range for hosting. I'd say if they would have at least swept, they would have at least gotten it inside of the top 25 in RPI. Nope, any shot that they have at hosting is cooked. They're 11-10 in conference. They're gonna make the tournament. That I don't think is like a debate. Obviously, it's the fact that their RPI is now probably going to be in the 40s. Any shot Arkansas has at hosting is cooked. They're going to be like a 2 or 3 seed in a regional. As of right
Also,
now,
yeah. While looking at the Big Ten stats just now, guess how many teams at their conference are at or below 500?
how many?
9.
What?
All right. Well, do I need to pull up the records?
I mean, I knew Penn State was bad in Indiana, but
Okay. Okay. Who is UCLA? Is there only how many teams are on the Big Ten again?
there's 18 teams in the Big Ten.
I don't get why they do that. They call it the Big Ten, yet they have 18 teams.
Branding. It's mostly just branding, honestly.
It's like the so with football, foot long being 11 inches. That one picture I've seen.
Oh, I literally have it written down in my notes for the Arkansas Missouri series. Hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby, but Missouri stole a game, so that nukes Arkansas's RPI. Their hosting chances are cooked. Which,
I
yeah,
think
that's
because I lost the game, it is Tomahawk missile versus baby with gun.
yeah, that's a fair comparison, honestly. The next SEC series I'm going to cover real quick is Alabama Tennessee. So
All
like
right.
the
So
pitching,
first, I'm gonna go back to the Big Ten things. I don't know if this has been accurately updated yet, but only 6 teams in the conference have a winning conference record. And those teams are Michigan, Purdue, USC, Oregon, Nebraska, and UCLA, who has a current conference record of 21-0. Yeah, now you see what I had to deal with this week.
yeah, I feel really bad for sticking you the Big Ten. That yeah, oh, that's bad. Oh,
Texas A&M ended up pulling the series off against Florida in Gainesville.
they did. Oh my goodness, yes, they did. I'll tell you what, Sims was dynamite again in game 2, and then Weston Moss with another burner for 3 weeks in a row. Or 3 starts in a row. He's had a really good start. Only 1 earned run, and he had a 2-hitter going at one point. Where was this Weston Moss at the beginning of conference play, bro? Where was this at? Oh my goodness. Because Sadeo's still struggling. Friday he only went about a 3 1/3 innings before he was pulled. And that was basically just bullpen roulette with our scrubs. But A&M, they now moved to 14-6 in conference play, and since starting off 1-4 in conference play, they are now 13-2 since that time frame, and a game behind Georgia for first place in the SEC, and they are potentially a top 5 team in tomorrow's rankings. Well, they could probably pass Oregon State, but because Texas and Georgia both won their series, they're probably not passing Texas or Georgia. Do I think A&M should be ranked ahead of Texas? Yes, because they have the head-to-head. But obviously, you can see what hat I'm wearing. That's slightly biased. But A&M with their 5th straight SEC win, 2nd straight one on the road. They're on a burner. Grahovac homers twice in the series. Jorian Wilson homers twice. I'll tell you what, Caden Sorrell kind of had a bad weekend. He only had 1 hit, but he'll figure it out next weekend when we play Auburn at home. Partita homers. Bear Harrison, he has a power surge. He homered twice this weekend.
Yeah, that was.
All right.
I've seen the home run that tied it up. I think yesterday. It was.
Yeah, no, it was wicked. I'll tell you what. Bear Harrison, I mean, he's been on a burner. Boston Koner, he's been a little bit cold, but he had a few. I think he had 4 hits this weekend. He was all right. Um, Chris was not too bad this weekend either. He's starting to finally get hot a little bit. And the bullpen obviously has been good. Fresh Corn saves back-to-back nights. The Corn Stars, I like to call them. But the last 2 games, I'll tell you what, because Florida, they were talking all that trash after game one. I'll give credit to Aiden King, right? Their Friday night starter. He was dynamite. 8 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. I mean, he was really, really good. And then Liam Peterson, he's probably got arguably the best stuff out of any pitcher in the like raw stuff out of any pitcher in the SEC. And Jake, I think you can agree with me on that. Liam Pearson, he's got really good raw stuff, but he got moved to the Saturday spot because he has been struggling the last couple weeks, and it showed again. He gave up, if I'm doing the math in my head correctly, he gave up 3 home runs on Saturday, which he had only given up 2 home runs all year before then. Dude was having PTSD flashbacks
Hmm.
to when we teed off of him in the College World Series 2 years ago when he was a wee little freshman. I'll tell you, no slander against Liam Peterson. I think he's great. And if he ever watches this, which I don't think he ever will, but if he does, I'm not trying to slander you, big dog, because I'm not out here throwing 98 miles an hour in an SEC game. I'm obviously sitting in my bedroom looking like white Dom Toretto in the tank top, family. But, not playing college baseball, so I can't really, be that critical. I can't be like, oh, he's ass. He's not, he's Saturday started for the Florida Gators, but he had a rough start. But our offense keeps rolling. That is my thoughts on that. Florida probably
All
going
right.
to be unranked after that. Next series in the SEC I want to cover is let's take a little gander.
Auburn, Oklahoma.
Yes. Let me flip back.
So looking at the scores, Auburn won the series.
They did, yes, and they run ruled Oklahoma today.
Yeah, they run
Yeah, so-
them in 8.
And the crazy thing was, just a couple weeks ago, people were talking about Omaha, like, oh, they're an Omaha lock.
Well, Oklahoma, I never thought Oklahoma was an Omaha team. I've been saying this all season long. Oklahoma peaked the very first weekend of conference play, and then ever since then, it's just been like this.
And Auburn, I honestly don't know what to see of them at this point. We've seen the Auburn team that can run rule Oklahoma, and then we've seen the Auburn team that loses ugly.
I'll tell you my personal thoughts on Auburn. I think they're a good team.
I agree. They're a good team. I think if they really want to make a run, they just need to kind of be a bit more consistent.
I mean, they've won 4 straight SEC series. They've been really good as of late. They've also been on a burner. They're going to be in the top 10 after the new rankings come out. I'm saying that right now. They're probably going to be like 10 or 9 in the new rankings. What's the team that's not going to be ranked for the rest of the season? LSU. Anyways.
All right. So
cute Jacob wearing the garbage bag, but
Texas and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt kept it somewhat close. They took it to 10 innings yesterday.
And Texas, once again, somehow, some way escapes with a series win.
Yeah. A&M continues to hold a 1-game lead over Texas, but yes.
And Georgia what is it? Georgia has a 1-game lead over A&M now?
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, Texas, if they cannot get their offense figured out fast, they are not going to be making it to Omaha because their pitching carried them that entire series.
It did, and I'll tell you what.
And in game 2, you saw what Texas's offense can do sometimes, and that is put up nothing. And when you're playing teams like Vanderbilt.
Game 2, because in game 1 they scored 11 runs.
Yeah, game 1 they scored 11 runs, which shows what Texas can do sometimes on offense. But game 2 they went from scoring 11 runs to no runs, and that's part of the reason why I still have Texas losing in the Supers.
I also have Texas going out in the Supers, and I'll tell you what.
Because if you want to win a lot of games in a row, you cannot be doing that in a series. You cannot be going from 11 runs to 0 runs in the span of a day.
Well, dude, Texas has been doing that the entire season. They put up double digits the first game of the series, and then the offense dies for the rest of the series, and they have to rely on their starting rotation to get them through, and their bullpen, which Their bullpen's really good. I mean, they've got a freshman. Keep in mind, he's our age, right? 6'6". His name's Sam Cozart, full beard, right?
Probably
I mean,
probably
this
could play
kid's.
basketball as well if he wanted to.
Six
I mean,
six. So he's half a foot taller than me.
He's a full foot taller than me, as I'm short.
And his Cozart, he's a big burly guy. He looks like he's got 3 kids, a mortgage, and a 9 to 5 job.
So
But
essentially, he looks like the Punisher.
no, he looks. What's the best comparison I could use for him? Because he's got like a big burly beard. Anyways, that's very irrelevant information. He's been been one of the best closers in the conference. He closes it out for Texas today. Vandy, I will say, since I did watch all 3
Oh
games,
dear.
game 3, they basically gifted Texas the win because you want to know what Vandy did? They gave up a run without even allowing a hit, and you're wondering, well, how did they do that? They walked a runner in.
Speaking of giving up wins, I will go into that later, but there was something that happened in the Big Ten very similar to that, and I will go full in depth on that because.
Go for it.
All right, so UCLA, Sac State. Sac State is in a great position to win. They have 2 runners on base. They go 3 outs. Then they let up. Let me pull up the screenshot real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. Give me a second. There's way too many photos in this group.
That is facts. That is true. There's a lot of photos in the group. What was I gonna say?
All right, let me just pull up the box score. It'd be faster.
Yeah, just go ahead and do that. Anyways, as I was.
All right, so going in. Let me just.
I say this all the time on the pod.
All right, so game 1, UCLA ends up winning 6-5. Here's pulling up the full play-by-play.
Mm-hmm.
It's 5-5 going into the bottom of the 9th. So what you would expect Sac State to do is just hold them off. They then let up a single up the middle. Which all right, that's a single, not much. Followed by 2 straight groundouts. They're like, okay, you should be able to get a 3rd out easy. You know what they do after that?
What did they do?
They walk 2 straight batters. So the bases are now loaded, and then they have correction. UCLA was down 5-4, so Sac State is 1 out from putting this away, and then they have a player reach a base on error with 2, and that batter had 2 strikes, by the way, and then they have 2 runners score unearned. So Sac State nearly was 3rd place for choke of the week, and Bryant will explain more into that with the next series, which will be Georgia Ole Miss. But then, second game, UCLA did their thing and won by 2. But today, Sac State ended up winning 9-6, and now this is kind of turning into the what could have been series. Sac State was 1 strike away from winning this game,
right?
And that would have been a series win as well.
Well, I say it all the time. The 2 things you can't defend in college baseball: walks and home runs. Walks and home runs, they kill you. Home runs because the ball's over the fence and it's in little Timmy's hands, and walks, it's just
I'm going to give credit to UCLA here. The fact that yes, it's partially the batter's fault, but partially the Sac State's pitcher's fault, but the batters on UCLA, just credit to their plate discipline for just not swinging when they didn't have to.
Yeah, no, the UCLA's got a pretty good little, ball club. There's a reason why they've held the number 1 position for the last forever. But
more into detail, this honestly could have been the snatched defeat from the Jaws of Victory series, Georgia Ole Miss.
So Georgia did win this series. The first 2 games were thrillers.
Georgia did not. I'm just gonna say this now. Georgia did not deserve to win this series. They got away with it.
They did. They very
They should
much
have lost.
got.
They should have lost game 2 the way they choked.
Because they were up 8-0 in game 1. Ole Miss comes all the way back to win 10-8. Go ahead, three-run home run off of Justin Bird, who's been one of the best relievers in the conference. And I was freaking out that he gave up that home run because I was like, oh my gosh, Justin Bird is human. But and then game 2, they were up 7-3. What ended up happening was, go figure, Ole Miss ties it in the bottom of the 9th inning with a 2-run home run to send it to extras. The game was 14 innings.
And Georgia won by 2.
And then the Ole Miss offense just died today.
I completely forgot Jacob went on a rant that we cannot show or say here about LSU.
I don't blame him, though, with how bad LSU's bullpen is.
We would, if I quoted what he said, we would probably get demonetized.
Oh, we would get demonetized. That's for damn
sure. But to be fair, can you even blame him after LSU's bullpen?
No, I can't. I can't.
Also, hot take on Georgia. I think if they can't fix their bullpen collapsing, they will not make it to Omaha.
Yeah. Hey. What's up?
Because
Georgia Ole Miss series. I mean, they did good today. Georgia only gave up 1 run. Georgia won the game.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If Georgia plays like that, Georgia honestly has a shot to win it. But if they play like they did game 1, game 2, they're going to have a real hard time because you have mid-majors that will hurt you for that, like Coastal and Oregon State.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still consider Oregon State to be a Power 4 team, even though their conference does not exist anymore, which is weird to say, but
Oh, the 2-pack conference.
The 2-pack, that's right.
Well, it's going to be a conference. I think next year it's going to be a full conference again.
Yeah, but it's going to be more like a group. It's going to be like a group conference because it's got teams like Utah State coming up in it.
Back. All right, now time for Big Ten. Oregon. They're one of the only other competent teams in the conference that, because they are ranked, the only other teams I could kind of say that are competent that are unranked are not Penn State. So Penn State's the worst team and probably Power 4. But Michigan and Purdue are probably going to be in the field.
Mm-hmm.
But Penn State baseball.
Fire Franklin.
Penn State baseball. Do you want to know what the record is, Jacob? 12-29.
In conference play, or is that just their
overall? Oregon swept them, of course, but if you're a Penn State baseball fan, we're sorry for you.
Yeah, that's.
And if you're if you're a Virginia fan, we feel even worse for you because y'all got swept by Pitt. Yesterday, y'all got walked off in 7.
And the crazy thing is, Penn State put up a fight that series against what is it, number 19 Oregon?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, Penn State in the first 2 games was within a run of winning, and they took Oregon to 10 innings in the second game. So it kind of just Oregon, even though they're going to stay ranked because they won that series, but their RPI is going to plummet, even though they swept.
Right.
Because you cannot be barely winning games against Penn State. That would basically be like Alabama barely winning a game against, what would be a good Kent State?
Yeah, no, that's actually really
actually no. That's not a good because Alabama. I'm not talking about like the Saban Alabama. I'm talking about like Alabama currently. But also, Nebraska. Nebraska's site is incredibly difficult to navigate for some reason. Nebraska baseball. Let's trying to find it. They did lose the first game at Illinois, but they win the next two. In Nebraska, honestly, they're probably the second best team in the conference at this point.
Yeah.
Because USC, they've just completely collapsed. I mean, I think they did. I think they won their series this week. I could be wrong. Let me check. Yeah, they swept Purdue, but so UCLA. No, sorry, USC. California schools need to stop naming them like so similar, but yeah. So basically, Big Ten baseball. Put it this way, not much really happened. That was interesting. Apart from Indiana putting up a 2010 game against Ball State, which was interesting purely because it was a 30-run combined game.
Yeah.
Essentially, put it this way, Big Ten pitching is non-existent for the most part, except for UCLA and sometimes USC, because USC early in the year, remember this, had the best ERA.
They did. And
let me check who. Sometimes we forget that teams go in slumps, but right now, the best ERA outside of mid-majors and Power 4 is UCLA. UCLA has the best pitching out of all Power 4 teams. The only team that has slightly better is the team that beat them in the midweek, as you mentioned, UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Apologies if that was boring. I'm trying to make Big Ten baseball as interesting as I can. It is not easy to do when half your conference has a losing or 500 record.
And Virginia forgot how to play baseball completely. They got swept by Pitt, and like I said a few minutes ago, they got walked off yesterday in 7 innings.
Speaking of Pitt, didn't they 10-piece West Virginia as a midweek? Or was it West Virginia?
22-piece by Pitt.
Oh, I got the score completely wrong. So West Virginia.
3-1.
West Virginia just what? So basically, in the backyard brawl, I don't even think West Virginia showed up. I think their team stayed up too late partying and forgot to show up.
They were just a little sleepy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to probably clip that.
Chat clip that chat. No, in all seriousness.
Yeah, because the TikTok is finally up. So go follow that if you watch the podcast.
Florida State loses to Stanford today.
Being weird.
I'm sorry, isn't Stanford pretty bad at baseball?
No, they used to not be bad. They made like back-to-back College World Series appearances, 21 through 23. That was when they had Brady Montgomery. Stanford actually beat us in a regional in 23, and they beat Texas in the Supers that year too.
Hey, how did Georgia Tech do this week?
They won their series.
Oh, man, not surprising. Georgia Tech currently has the best batting average in the nation, according to NCAA.com. They have a current, as of, it's not updated yet.
One of the games, and they came back and won. So
Georgia Tech's. Yeah, they currently have a team batting average as of April 23rd of .357. Their best hitter, I'm sorry if I'm butchering this, Jaron Arbuckle, I think that's how it's pronounced, batting average of .417. So essentially, every time a ACC pitcher sees him, they're like, move along, move along.
And their typical college basketball rivalry, probably the most iconic one, Duke and North Carolina. North Carolina actually plays baseball, but Duke doesn't.
I mean, they won 22-5, if I remember correctly. They won the third game 22-5. So, I mean, that's.
Who lost?
Self-explanatory. Duke.
Not surprised. North Carolina's probably going to be in Omaha.
Probably, with the way things are looking, yeah. Their pitching staff is ridiculous. I will tell you.
Yeah, they have the number 10 pitching in the nation. And surprise, USC has fallen all the way to 18 in pitching.
It's rough. It's kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie. And you know what?
Also, looking at the stats, somehow, some way, Georgia Tech has a higher pitching ERA than A&M.
It's because Georgia Tech's pitching is lower?
No, lower, my bad, lower. How are they lower?
They've been more consistent than we have. They've definitely been more consistent than we have, that's for sure.
Big 12 baseball, I'm pretty sure Baylor lost their series.
Yeah, they lost today against 25 seed Arizona State, 4-2.
Say that one more time.
Baylor lost today against Arizona State, 2-4.
Who won the series?
Arizona State won it.
Yeah.
Arizona State swept them.
Dude,
But another
bubble team.
Also, I think there is one team we really need to start talking about. Kansas.
Kansas has been really
Kansas has been one of the hottest teams as of lately. They just swept Kansas State in the rivalry game.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I mean,
Kansas has 32. Right, Kansas has 32 wins.
Well, yeah, they're projected to host as of right now.
Let me check the stats.
But,
of course, there's again another college baseball page that is notoriously difficult to navigate. Kansas is 17-4 in conference play. And they are on a 6-game win streak as well.
Ooh, nice.
I think part of the reason they weren't talked about early in the year is because, yeah, they did get swept by Minnesota earlier in the season, and they kind of had a rough start. But as of lately, they've been one of the hottest teams in the nation.
Oregon State proceeds to win 8-1 against Hawaii. And Oregon State is proving us why they're a good baseball team now.
Also, TCU is 27-15 now. TCU kind of looks like they might be on their way back to kind of where they should be.
Oh, heck yeah.
But yeah, there isn't much to talk about in the Big 12 either. West Virginia won their series, so that kind of redeems themselves for the midweek. But let's be real, nothing redeems you from a loss of that caliber.
Yeah, no, that's
Southern Miss lost. No. Southern Miss won 16-7 today against South Alabama. Wait, no, that was yesterday. Silly me.
Coastal and did anyone watch the Coastal Texas State series?
Coastal won that series. Texas State took the final game.
All right. Let's see.
Boston College beats Notre Dame today.
Yeah, Boston College has been really good too. They're a team that could potentially host, but we'll have to see whenever we get to that point.
Honestly, I could. Who did you say was dropping out of the top 25?
Florida, probably.
Pittsburgh is going to take their spot.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah. I think we have covered most of the top 25 in the conferences so far.
West Virginia.
They won their series, but like I said earlier, but they did lose today against Cincinnati.
And other series include
Hold up.
And other
Brian,
games
could
today,
you pause are you able to pause it real quick?
Pause what?
Okay.
Live?
I had to stop recording and then start.
Yesterday, yeah.
All right, we're back. We just had to take a little quick break. So, as we were saying, there's a lot of different storylines going on. I apologize for my silence for the last 10 minutes. I've been dealing something with my computer because it's going to be wonky. So I'm dealing with that. But while my computer is doing that, we are going to discuss the current projected hosts and what we think is going to go on from there. And also, I missed one SEC series.
They did reveal. They did. They now have a date for the field reveal. The field reveal will be at 12 p.m. Eastern time on May 25th.
12:20 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, is that selection day? Is that when selection day is?
Yep, May 25th on a Monday.
Okay, it's not bad.
So that'll be 11:20 Central, I guess. Because we're on Central time.
And then regionals will start that following Friday.
Oh yeah, regionals will start that Friday.
Right.
Weird, but all right, we're locked in. I apologize for my silence, but as of right now, the field of 64 is quite interesting, and I'm gonna screen share and pull it up real quick.
Is it the one on D1 Baseball, April 21st?
Yes, sir. Yes, get Nitro. I'm just kidding. That's so stupid. Not getting Nitro, bro.
I don't even know what Discord Nitro is.
I don't know either, honestly. I'm not 100% sure what it is.
And I use this Discord a lot for like tornado tracking and like gaming stuff. Because one of the games you can only get the updates through Discord.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things. But
not the updates. You can only get the beta testing through it. But
definitely not high school baseball. Or, all right, so not RPI, Field of 64, and then
I have it. I have it up.
64. Actually, yeah. Could you share that, please?
The link.
Or could you screen share it, please? So then we can all see it. I'm just gonna cut the part out where I tried to.
I just sent you it in the server. I'm still trying because my Discord is being wonky.
Try to screen share it. You know how to? It's the monitor icon at the bottom of your screen. It's near the yeah. And then we're gonna watch the stream.
All right, tell me, can you see it?
Yeah, I can. Jacob, can you see it?
It says watch stream, so I don't know if I can
click on
see
that.
It. All right.
Right, so just scroll down to the bubble. Yep. All right, so right now the last four in are Purdue, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and NC State.
Okay, that's.
Honestly, and then the first four outs: Michigan, Vandy, Texas State, and Arkansas State. Right now, I think you could swap Michigan and Kansas State because Michigan's been looking a little bit better lately, and Kansas State just got swept.
Yeah.
And the four to watch: Clemson, BYU, Troy. Don't really know much about that. Baylor's gonna fall out of it though.
Clemson's way below 500 in conference play. They're probably cooked.
And now this is the first regional, the Los Angeles regional, in the Hattiesburg. So Brian, take it away.
All right, so you got UCLA, you got Jacksonville State, you got Oklahoma State, and then you've got Rider. Now, Jacksonville State, they've got a fairly decent RPI. Let me pull it up real quick on my other computer.
We might have to break this off into a separate segment because this might be a longer segment.
This is going to be a pretty long segment. I'm not going to lie to you, Broski McDoski. It's going to be kind of a long segment.
So we will try to entertain you the best we can.
Yeah, something like that. I'll tell you what, this episode's going to be a little bit of a slower one just because I wasn't talking for a good 10, 15 minutes because I was dealing with computer things. I'm not very good with technology. Okay, I'm not very good with technology.
All right, and this video is not sponsored by the ads on D1Baseball.com.
It is not sponsored by the ads on D1Baseball.com. All right, let's take a look. See.
So you see,
they're number one in RPI. I don't think that's going to change at all. They're undefeated on the road. They're 3-0 in neutral site play, and they're 23-3 at home. Their RPI makes sense. If we're going to look at Jacksonville State real quick, they are actually 28th in RPI. They're 13-4 on the road. 1-0.
Oh, so that's what I thought. It says 31 next to it on here. It must have changed since.
That's just their seeding.
And then if you need to search up the other teams, I think Control F is the search thing.
Well, I can find Oklahoma State, I think, fairly quickly. Let's find them real quick. Where are you at, Oklahoma State? They're 45 in RPI as of right now.
Okay, yeah. Looking at that, I don't see anyone else but UCLA can get out of it.
I mean, Ryder. Let's take a look at them real quick.
I have never heard of them.
They're a pretty tiny school, I'll tell you what. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, or like Ryan said, this is a long segment, and then Jacob, you can provide your input whenever you need. Okay, everything is chill. I do not have a virus. My computer was just being stupid. Now that I've got that crap figured out, I can fully lock back into the podcast chat. All right, so let me close this tabs out. All right. That means the video is probably gonna have to go up tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have a little bit of editing to do. So yeah, no, UCLA, I'll tell you what, they're gonna probably win that regional. Jacksonville State could give them a run a little bit though. Jacksonville State's a good team and they're really good on the road. So they could potentially, make it out of that regional, especially considering how weak UCLA's strength of schedule is. But if
you really think they have a shot?
I think they've got a shot. I think Jacksonville State's got a better shot than a lot of these other mid-majors. Jacksonville State, they actually beat Auburn by 10 runs not too long ago. I think it was a couple weeks ago. They beat them 15-5. Jacksonville State's they're good, and a lot of talent, a lot of transfer talent comes from Jacksonville State. So do not sleep on Jacksonville State. Honestly, they're my pick to win the regional.
I'm sorry, what?
They're my pick to get out of the UCLA regional. They're my pick to win the regional.
All right. Elaborate, because we might have to clip this.
Okay, first of all, they've proven they can beat really good SEC competition. I mean, they run-ruled Auburn not too long ago. They have a really good pitching staff. They're 13-4 on the road. They're almost 10 games above 500 on the road. And it's ridiculous for them to be a mid-major and have their RPI in the inside the top 30 is crazy because they're actually above West Virginia in RPI right now. Okay. Jacksonville State is legit, and they're probably the favorites to win the Conference USA. Or no, they are the favorites to win Conference USA. Let's be for real. Yeah, Jacksonville State, also their offense, they got a lot of pop. They're my pick to win that regional.
So you have USCLA not even making the supers?
Nope, I don't.
All right, into the next regional, we have the 4 seed Wright State, who apparently they're favored to win their conference, which is probably Cornfield, USA, or something like that. Probably getting this wrong. You have Purdue as the 3 seed, Mississippi State as the 2 seed, and Southern Miss as the 1 seed, which means we have a little bit of an interstate regional rivalry.
Well, I think
and did Southern Miss and Mississippi State play earlier this season?
They played each other twice, and they each took a game apiece.
Honestly, I think Mississippi State's going to come out of this region.
Well, I mean, obviously, this is going to change come like Tuesday when they update this. So these regionals are obviously going to be looking a lot different. And honestly, Mississippi State might have put themselves in hosting territory after the sweep this weekend. So there's a very good high likelihood when this comes out on Tuesday, it's going to be Mississippi State hosting. But yeah, no, Southern Miss is probably going to host as well. They're the favorites to win the Sun Belt.
Jacob, what do you think?
Provide your input.
Ryder at the at Los Angeles.
Yep.
I don't even know who it is.
I've never heard of Ryder.
So it was the way that you were close to the screen. You were like one of those older people that's like, you're trying to use a phone or FaceTime for the first time. It cracked me up your face because you were just like,
no, but so like just like
cracked me up. That was such a random thing to make me laugh. But
all right, so yeah, but
if this regional were to happen, yeah, Mississippi State comes out of that regional.
Okay, although Purdue could surprise some teams, but most likely they will end up losing.
Dog, no, Purdue's not doing anything in a regional. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic. I was trying to be sarcastic there. They're not doing anything. All right, the Atlanta
LSU
regional.
Is hosting not.
You have Georgia Tech, Kentucky, St. Joseph's, and
Fairleigh
Dickinson, who is only known for beating Purdue in March Madness.
Insane poll, but yeah.
Honestly, Kentucky is the only team that can give Georgia Tech a run because Kentucky is somewhat resilient. Except Kentucky's going to plummet after this week because they lost to South Carolina in a series.
Oh, dude. Kentucky's RPI is completely cooked after this week because of the series lost to South Carolina. Oh my gosh. I didn't even get to talk about that. Kentucky's defense was terrible. Kentucky could not hit with runners in scoring position. It was so bad. Oh my gosh. It was terrible.
Some of these regionals, it's clear. Georgia Tech. Next region, the Kansas one.
Kansas is projected to host.
We have a Big 10, former Big 12 kind of semi-rivalry of Kansas, Oklahoma, and then you have NC State and then Indiana State, who I'm pretty sure actually beat their own older brother in Indiana.
Well, NC State is
honestly
pretty good at baseball.
If the field 64 was chosen today, I kind of have to lean Kansas over Oklahoma, but Oklahoma can definitely give Kansas a run for their money.
Yeah, with their offense, because they've got guys like Caden Johnson, whatever the heck his name is. I cannot remember his name. They're really good on the bases. I'll tell you what. Oklahoma's a really good base running team. They got a good offense, but I'll tell you what, their pitching is atrocious. I got Kansas coming out of that regional if it were to happen. Oklahoma, I do not see them making it past regionals this year.
And this is very in-depth. When the final rankings do come out, we will make a special video specifically on that field.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be ramping up content once
onto the next one.
Years in.
And the Austin regional, you have
Dude, I heard Texas. A commentator today saying that Texas is the projected 1 seed in the tournament. I was like, what?
No. Is this Miami of Ohio?
No, that's just Miami.
Florida?
Yeah, like that's Miami. Like
the Hurricanes.
And then you have Xavier. And then you have Xavier, who is mainly a basketball school, I'm pretty sure. And then
Binghamton?
Binghamton? That sounds like some British town. That sounds like some British neighborhood.
I would guess it's northeast.
But let's be real. Let's be real here. Miami might give Texas a run just because Texas's offense is completely bipolar. Like
Binghamton is like the most Pride and Prejudice ass sounding school I think I've ever heard in my entire life. I mean, that's something you'd find in a Jane Austen novel right there. Binghamton, so we can go to the ball or something like that, bro. It's just like, bro, come on now. But side tangent over Oxford. We're off to the Oxford Regional.
We have Ole Miss, who has very questionable pitching. Boston College, who is pretty solid.
Do not diss Ole Miss's pitching. Their bullpen is really good, and I'll tell you.
I'm talking about their bullpen's good.
He's really good. He had a rough start this week, but Hunter Elliott is really good. I'll tell you.
All right, and then you have UTSA and Lamar, and honestly, a team to watch UTSA because.
No. Boston College is the team to watch in this regional.
Both of them are teams to watch because we've seen you at Boston College probably will be hosting it in this week, but we've seen it again and again. UTSA is a 3 seed and they somehow make noise.
I mean,
Lamar.
I'm pretty sure that's like a Texas school.
Beaumont Lamar.
Yes,
I think so.
How do you know what Lamar, the father of Texas education, Lamar? See, I have that engraved from Texas government.
Yeah,
shout out to my Texas government professor for that one.
Honestly,
that's the only reason why I know that.
If it were to be played today, I got Boston College.
Yeah, no. And I'll tell you why. Ole Miss, they're a really resilient team, and I wanted to hammer this point. Home, and to whoever is tuned in this far into the podcast and they didn't tune out after the quiet part whenever we explained the Big Ten, because I get it. The Big Ten is a very boring conference, but
I know I had to cover it. It was bad.
If you made it past like the 15-minute part where I was messing with my computer and Ryan was talking about how boring the Big Ten is, then congratulations, you're in the interesting part of this video. And Jacob is contemplating his past life decisions on choosing LSU for his fandom. Now,
it could be worse. He could be a Penn State fan.
He could be a Missouri fan.
All right. Yeah, but Jacob, what's your take?
Put the Missouri fans on suicide watch. But that's. Anyways, yeah. No,
Jacob, what's your
pick?
Your take on the regionals?
Ole Miss, I think they just played tough competition. Boston College, I don't think is in that conference like the SEC, like Ole Miss is.
I mean, the ACC is still tough. The ACC's pitching this year is ridiculous.
North Carolina, yeah.
Speaking of North Carolina, they're the next regional. Spoiler, sorry, we spoiled the next two, but we have North Carolina, who basically it's like they basically did to Duke what Vader did to everybody in Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
You have Arizona State, who swept Baylor. High Point, who I only know because of March Madness. And then
that's crazy.
Bucknell.
Hey, do not sleep on High Point. They beat Florida in a series. They're High Point's really good. Do not sleep on High Point.
High Point, I could honestly see upsetting Arizona State because Arizona State is a Big 12 team and they aren't the most known for being consistent. But honestly, the way North Carolina is playing right now, they're gonna. If this were to happen today, they easily win the region.
Oh, yeah, no, North Carolina absolutely sweeps that regional. That's not even close. All right, here we go. Lincoln, Nebraska. You're back in hosting territory. Congratulations. You're not a bunch of complete corn-eating bums like your football team. Now.
Well, we'll let Jacob cover Virginia.
For the Lincoln, Nebraska area, I think Nebraska plays in the Big Ten, and we all know that they're in a really boring conference. Virginia. The ACC
was bad.
The ACC is definitely better than it has been in previous years. It feels
the ACC is probably going to send like 8 teams to the tournament, so it's like.
Yeah, and then you have Kansas State and Little Rock, who probably aren't going to do much. Kansas State got obliterated.
Hey, Little Rock almost beat LSU in their own regional last year. Do not sleep on Little Rock. They're
honestly,
I
think
we won the World Series. We won the College World Series, so that doesn't really matter.
My steak is too juicy. My lobster is too buttery.
My steak, exactly. My steak is too juicy, and my lobster's too body. Get the gabagool. The gabagool.
Yeah, but honestly, the way Virginia played, yes, they could beat Nebraska, and they could be a team to watch.
Consistent. Virginia pains me to watch.
Yeah, I'm like
Virginia's about as consistent as a Brian Kelly offense.
Oh, that's vile. Oh, that's vile. Oh, brother, that is vile.
Yeah, Bryant, what's your take on this region?
Yeah, honestly, Little Rock wins this region.
Little Rock.
Just kidding. I'm joking. Nebraska
Little
wins
Rock.
This regional.
All right. Now
I'm done.
Now up to Bryant's favorite regional, Austin. Just kidding. Texas A&M.
No, I'm at Tarleton.
There is 3 Texas teams in this. However, Missouri State.
Don't sleep on Missouri State, man. They're really good.
They are good. TCU, you can never sleep on TCU during the tournament, no matter what the record is.
Yeah, no. TCU
and then
is a really good tournament
but
team.
Honestly, there was Bryant's kind of said before, Tarleton could be a team to watch because they did beat Baylor twice and did beat Texas, but again, Tech completely obliterated them. So you don't know what Tarleton you're going to get.
Tarleton is so bipolar, dude. You're either going to get the Tarleton that beat number 2 Texas on the road, or you're going to get the Tarleton that gets their cheeks expanded and lubed up by Texas Tech. I mean,
what is that analogy?
I mean that's why that's why they call Tech the Purple People Eaters that day. And we're not talking about the Minnesota Vikings defense in the '60s.
I think that's Austin's job, not Lubbock's.
Also, is the regional single or double elimination?
It's double elimination.
All right, so we will count that in. Honestly, even if Tarleton wins game 1, I see A&M winning this. A&M is hot right now. They have probably right now in the SEC the second best offense behind Georgia as of recently.
That's not even a debate. You can make an argument they've probably got the best offense in the conference,
But honestly, this regional, if we're being realistic, it could. It's still A&M. We sometimes are inconsistent, but this might be one of the hardest regionals.
Maybe with TCU being in there, yeah, but I don't know about. Missouri
What's Missouri? Check their RPI real quick.
Checking their RPI right now, Pookie Butters. Oh yes.
What?
What? Who said that? I didn't say Jack didn't squat buckaroo, Bobby. Where the hell is Missouri State? Hold on. Let me find them.
Are you scrolling up or down?
That's what she said.
Okay.
UT,
but you know what I'm saying? Austin vibes. Keep Austin weird. Just like they say.
What is okay, but I mean, I get
this
what
segment
has
become, like we said, we're going to try to make this segment a little bit more entertaining.
Hey, this is the most entertaining segment of the video. This is the most interesting segment. Going over the field of 64. It's the most.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Auburn regional.
In other words, Bryant could not find the RPI. So Auburn
lots of words, lots of numbers.
Auburn regional 4 seeds Oral Roberts, who Bryant made jokes about while explaining.
Okay, Oral.
How
okay,
baseball.
No.
Bryant made jokes about them while explaining to another podcast we're friends with, the Road to Wrestling podcast, how the regionals work.
And how the double.
And then you have UAB, who made Alabama look funny earlier this week, and then you have West Virginia, who died in what was it, the brawl thing?
The backyard brawl.
And then you have Auburn hosting.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Auburn's probably going to win this.
Hey, Oral Roberts, they're a consistent College World Series team. Do not sleep on Oral Roberts, man. They could do something. I don't know about this year, but they might be able to do. They could win a game or two. It's just a little grab and tug. You feel me? But that's just one of those things where.
Episode 52 of Bryant using random analogies.
Yeah.
All right, the next region, you have Bethune-Cookman, who beat back-to-back.
I feel.
I knew that would trigger Jacob, bro.
Jacob's getting
LSU
flashbacks.
Lose Bethune-Cookman?
Yeah,
LSU and Florida lost in back-to-back midweeks. You have Cincinnati, who is Cincinnati. Right, you have Liberty, who is always a team to look out for because it's Liberty. Softball and baseball, you always have to watch out for Liberty.
Malik Willis, shout out to you, big dog. But anyways,
yeah, Brian's getting slight flashbacks from the A&M softball series against Liberty.
Oh, don't even start.
And then you have Georgia. Honestly, Liberty might make some noise. Liberty might make some noise. Bethune-Cookman's going to try, but it's Georgia. Their offense is too big.
Are their bats too big?
Oh, gosh. Bryant, nope.
Let's not even look at the Alabama regional because they're not going to be projected to host by the next time that these things come out. So let's just.
You have Alabama, UC Santa Barbara, East Carolina, and Campbell Soup.
Okay, if that's the case, we're doing the UC Santa Barbara. Okay, move on.
That's my pick too. I think UC Santa Barbara is a very good team. What did they? Did they shut out
Give me
UCLA?
East Carolina.
You're joking, right?
Nope.
You have to explain this thing because you have to explain
East Carolina is always dangerous in a regional. Typically, East Carolina is hosting a regional. They usually have pretty decent pitching, and their offense is pretty timely. I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
but an East Carolina,
UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah,
UC Santa Barbara beat UCLA though, so that's. And UC Santa Barbara is just a good team in general. So if this were the regional, they would be my pick.
Yeah, I'm picking East Carolina. All right.
All right. Next two regionals.
Is that a camel as their mascot?
I can't tell if it's that. I
don't know what. Moving on. You have the Coastal Regional. You have Coastal Carolina, Wake Forest, Tennessee, who's now back in the field, and Wolford.
It's Wofford. Oh my gosh.
Waffles.
Whoppers.
All right. Give me Coastal Carolina next. Moving on.
Coastal Carolina, definitely, but Wake Forest could try to make an effort.
We need to do a better job.
And you can also
with our takes.
Yeah, you can never sleep on Tennessee though, except for maybe this year.
Maybe I think this year, yeah.
And now, a rivalry regional. You have Oregon and Oregon State. Gonzaga, who I did not know was good at baseball, and Nevada.
Nevada? Nah, give me Oregon State.
Yeah, Oregon. Here's the reasoning, but we can't pick them. They were
Big Ten.
They took They took 12 and 29 Penn State to 10 innings. You cannot do that, no matter how good your team is.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Next regional is Gainesville Regional. You have Yale, UCF.
Hey, don't sleep on the Ivy League teams.
Yeah, you can never sleep on Ivy League teams. But again, it's Florida, and they've also got USC in here, who honestly, USC could lose to UCF the way they've been playing recently.
That's bad.
But Florida's probably going to end up winning.
We definitely need to do a better job of being more serious and concise with our takes next episode. This is kind of a episode where, because I'm going to have to cut it short after we explain this regional. All right, Tallahassee, Arkansas, they're going to drop to like a 3 seed after this weekend. Florida State, they got swept, so there's a good chance that they might not be in hosting territory anymore. Although,
and then you have Kent State and North Florida. So if this regional were going to happen, it would probably be Florida State. But I don't think any of these teams are going to be here come next week.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. But
all right, moving on. We got an ad. Oh, and now apparently that was it.
It is it. That's all the regionals. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to cut this episode short for the night because we all have class in the morning. Next week's episode is going to be next week's episode is going to be our best episode yet. You're going to get our best takes, our most informational takes. I'll tell you what's also going to be our longest episode yet. I'm going to project it to be over 2 hours because we're going to start it earlier than 9:30 on next Sunday. And with that, we thank y'all for tuning in and watching. We appreciate everybody's support. And once again, thank you to George Arbuckle for providing our music. And the video is going to be going up when y'all will see this. It'll be Monday afternoon when the video goes up. And with that, we will see.
We have a milestone. We have 10 subscribers.
Yippee!
Thank you for subscribing to our channel. That's a huge milestone for us.
All right, to those subscribing, go follow the TikTok. It is now officially up.
And then go follow the Instagram, and then go follow our friends' podcast at Road to Wrestling. If you really like the WWE and you want in-depth analysis of the WWE, please check them out. They make really, really good content. And with that, we will see y'all next Sunday. Good night, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I still set 2 cups on the table every night.